I mean, we literally had Protoss versus Protoss finals in the TLMC tournament. Protoss have won a lot of the online cups recently, so I just don't see how we can... And Terrans still feel the need to play early aggression because Protoss are still very good in the mid game. So I don't really see how we can really be upset about Protoss. Like, I could understand... Well, no, I actually don't know how you've been upset about anything. The game honestly feels pretty good at the moment, and at least fresh enough that nothing has settled to the point where it's like, yep, that sucks. So, I think we should just chill out about it. Alright, top left side. Red Terran player, who is not a Terran today, is a Protoss in this grand final because he likes to play the PvT instead of TvT. It's going to be Team Liquid's Clem, and last time he played against his opponent, it was an absolutely amazing series. Series of the year, like, honestly, we had... is ByuN in the bottom right from the Shopify Rebellion. We had such a crazy day that Saturday of the TLMC playoffs because we had Rain or Cure, which was like one of the best series we'd casted in probably the year. And that was probably the best series of the year on my channel for about an hour and a half until ByuN and Clem played, and then that was an incredible series as well. It was an absolute banger of a best of 5. And excited to see what they show us on this one as they play against each other on this game number 1. Starting up right here on Ruby Rock. So, we have an SCV. It's going to go in after the probe, get a couple of shots off, get some damage done. Early game looking to be nothing too suspicious as we do not have any proxies, we do not have anything untoward in the early stages. So everything looking pretty regular for the first few moments here. Reactor going down onto the barracks. That factory is going to be finishing soon. The Adept and the Warp Gate still continue to come online. And like I said, I really hope we at least get one game where these two kind of go late. I actually think the current way that this matchup is playing out is really good for both of these guys to end up in very scrappy games. Because I think ByuN actually plays himself into positions where like he fights those late game armies, but like never super cleanly. But he's very good at playing scrappy, so it's kind of fine. That's what we saw a lot of in that TLMC playoff series between these two, and that's why I'm like, I just want to see one of these get even one late game between these guys would be awesome. Hey, what's up, Wesley? Thanks so much for Monday, Friday, Wrong Day Cup. Hell yeah, no worries, man. It is the last Wrong Day Monday of the year unless something comes up that I'm not aware of right now. We should just have pretty much non-stop StarCraft 2 Monday Cups on Mondays until 2026 at least. And like I say, right now, no plans or reasons why anything should be delayed anywhere. So, just going to see the Hellions going to fire down the Adept, which will fall. So the Adept will drop. The Gateway going to come down to the front. And we have the Adept going to show up to finish off with SCV. We'll shade this one away and get rid of that. Phoenix coming by, just going to be seeing a couple of Widow Mines coming through. The Medevac coming online as well. And Phoenix going to be setting over to the edge. And yeah, a couple of Widow Mines coming through and online, going to get sorted in the next couple of moments as the Hellions get settled. Stalker going to be moving through to try and play defense. Just Hellions into this mineral line. Oh, good move from Clem with the probe movement. And the Hellions just going to escape away and get out that left-hand side. Phoenix in the Warp Gate building. Twilight Council coming through. Council builds and these few Hellions get turned around. It really felt like that was actually going to be a disaster for Clem, and then very nicely handled by him. And then ByuN actually got the Hellions out as well, so like I say, kind of a fun little sequence of events on that one. As we go, Twilight Council, the Assimilator, joining together. And the Stalker is going to be there with the Adept to turn that back around the other way. A few Phoenix up in the skies. Medevac boosting about. We just have the other Phoenix still moving their way across right now as well. Phoenix going to jump onto that Medevac. Widow Mines will unload. Burrow, bam on the Phoenix, bam, bam. Both Phoenix going, both Widow Mines getting rid of the Phoenix there. As obviously Phoenix are ideal in this scenario because now they're going to be able to completely shut this down. It's kind of cool from Clem because Clem is typically, oh, that Widow Mine, Clem didn't see it. Retarget is good as well. Bam for the 8 probes. And ByuN gets in for some worker kills. But yeah, basically what I was about to say is that Phoenix is not really the go-to for Clem in this matchup, so playing away from the Blink, I mean, that said, I mean, I guess Phoenix have never really been strong since Clem started playing PvT. But going to be fun to see him play some stuff that isn't just Blink focused there. Nice little play with the lift on the Cyclone to get away. And again, if Clem continues to expand his kind of depth of build orders in this matchup, it's going to be fascinating to see just how good he can really peak at. I mean, now if he starts playing Phoenix Stars, it's just something else you've got to be ready to kind of play against when he's playing against this guy's... I mean, I say off race, but at this point it is his main race in versus Terran matchups. And it does play well enough to be kind of considered that as well. Marines in the tank coming up, engineering bays in the barracks building in. Just have the charge coming through, forging the gates coming online. Storm will build. Clem getting himself ready for that next stage of the game. Obviously, losing those 8 work is pretty rough. Unnecessary, right? You're looking for a better damage to deal with that a lot of the time. Do I think Clem's TvT is worse than his PvT? Absolutely. I mean, do you think he... I mean, he hasn't played TvT in a year. There's just no way his TvT is going to be even considerably decent right now, I would imagine. Impact combat shield, +1 and +1, all coming through as ByuN gets a good set of upgrades going so far. Still ladders though. Yeah, but doesn't he just insta-leave TvTs? I'm pretty sure he just insta-leaves TvTs. I mean, I actually don't even know when Clem last laddered, to be honest. I mean, he probably does, but I don't follow him. But I'm pretty sure he doesn't play any TvT at all. Like, he is fully focused on making PvT his main matchup. It's a shame we haven't gone to see him play Maru in PvT. I think it'd be that cool. You know, just the Maru gets swept aside and beaten up. I kind of do. Actually, Maru got a little bit better again in the last few months. Maru had a real down period last year where for a little while he just looked like he had almost no hope. And he really brought it back a bit. I was writing Maru off, but then I had to write him back into the script, write him back into my opinions. He bounced back very nicely. It's funny because Maru actually had some good events last year. He had some good showings. He also had some showings that made me really feel like Maru was, like I say, he was just kind of past his prime. So. Blink on the way with the +2 and +1. Game's fairly peaceful. And Zealots, Phoenix joined together. A few Zealots out into the center. Just going to be seeing the medevac. Getting pushed away. Rest of the bio joining up there as well. Blink and the other upgrades coming online. There's the Robo Base still coming through. Just going to be seeing the Zealots. Going to try and get in. Get after the other units. There's a little run-in a way because you kind of find a way to that siege tank, but it took a long time to get there. It's actually kind of weird. You had to run so deep onto the base, and in the end you took so much damage. So Clem just throws units into ByuN's army and gets absolutely nowhere with it at all. And this is going to be ByuN capitalizing on what was already a good start and now pushing himself into a better position entering into the later stages of this mid-game. As Clem looks for a switch from the Storm he already has into the Robo Bay for the Colossus to be added onto. Another couple of warp-ins, the starport coming up, Sense Tower coming by. Again, Medevac Marauder on the way with the patch on this Prism. ByuN has been doing such a good job. He was true against MaxPax as well. He did a great job of just shutting down so much of the aggression. He never let MaxPax get true control of these games. You see the Cyclone is going to lock onto the Adept right there. The Vikings still gather up. The Medevac's overhead. And now Extended Thermal Lance +2/+2. Colossus and the rest all coming in as well. Robotics Facility is going to be on its way. Cannon a couple of gates coming over. Cyclones with those lock-ons. Actually going to get 2 more Zealots as well, man. This really has been just point me at something that's been good for Clem recently. Not really a lot. Resources lost, 2,000 worse off. Colossus comes out the front there as well. The other units gathering together, and ByuN happily going to be able to get toward 4 bases here before really much else takes place. We got to play a good little defensive setup here on Ruby Rock 4 base. I like it. I don't think it's overly kind of defensive, but I think it's like a pretty stable 4 base as well. This map gets very fun as you move out toward base 5 because you really do get drawn out across, and it gives you a lot of kind of poking around. If you're holding the middle of the map, a lot of looking left and right, looking for a way in. +3/+2 coming up. Then the land's about to be done. Extra Stalkers building. The pylons in production. Bio Viking moving into the center. Just gonna get another couple of KOs there, as that was his own Cyclone. No, he just killed. I was looking at the mini map. I looked up and there's a dead unit. I'm like, I think that's a dead Cyclone. I'm just going to get to those rocks. We knock that down. It's going to be seeing the +3/+2 upgrade still building through. The Fleet Beacon is coming along. We have it on the Stargate. There's going to be the Observer overhead. Instant scan. Man, the Terrans are getting so good at getting these Observers. A lot of the time as the push down the left-hand side continues. Just see the Vikings there. The Phoenix takes some shots. Little EMP coming down once more. Phoenix trying to chase in, but those are not going to do anything. Been able to take a good trade against that so far, but the Colossus in the back causing issues. Finds himself a couple of EMPs to soften the Stalkers. Just needs more of his army here. Not enough right there to really commit to much. Storm going to fade away. The Stalkers blink back. And again, we have the rest of the Vikings coming through. Marine Marauder and Command Centers coming online as well. The other upgrades still building into place. Back to the middle of the map, take a few moments. Nexus and cannons coming up, upgrades all coming through. Got a Tempest building from Clem as well, so we are heading toward that later stage army with everyone maxed out. To move through again. A couple of the Tempest setting up. The Nexus still on the way in. Just going to be seeing the Bio looking to fight against a couple of those Stalkers as well. I mean, we got the rest of the Vikings moving over. And a couple of SCVs gathering up. Just going to see the Zealot Stalker coming through. The High Templar going to be there. +2 air weapons on the way through. +3 shield all on the ground. Liberator's building, and we are entering a little bit of a later stage opening game. 13-14 minutes in right now as you just settle down and wait for what comes next. Clem is taking a lot of bases. Taking that forward base, taking that run around the far left-hand side. This one's going to get intriguing because obviously you see ByuN kind of expanding to that bottom left side as well. So as he gets to 5 base, and there's already a Clem base nearby in that bottom left, this area over here is going to become very competitive and very feisty, so it's going to start initiating some pretty fun back and forth, I imagine. It's hard to believe they're both just going to sit there with bases nearby and not doing anything just yet. That turret very nearly going down. A couple Stalkers going to shoot. A couple Ghosts going down. Bio going to get there, pick off that Archon. It will fall. The rest of the Zealots coming through, the Stalkers gather as we have the Viking Ghost continuing about just for now. As the Zealots still going to charge on in, the Ghost goes down. So we have the Planetary Fortress gathering up as well. Holding. This should be a defense for the moment, but then you got things going on elsewhere as Clem tries to make this game active all over the map. And honestly, good harass from Clem, kind of coming in from different angles, getting some value, getting some pickoffs. +2 air weapons, extra Stalker Tempest, all coming by. As we chase, just having the chance to try and get toward the Colossus and the Tempest. Not quite able to do too much just yet. Still got the Vikings building on in. The nuke coming online. The orbital's coming up. Stalkers push forward. The planetary fortress there. Going to be in a little spot of bother. The Bio trying to get through for the Stalkers also. They do drop a cheeky little feedback down. And now we have ourselves a couple of storms coming into play. As ByuN tries to get onto this base. Oh my god, the nuke lands! I lost track of it! And Clem walks into a nuke. He gets actually hit by the nuke. I wasn't even expecting it. Oh my god. Yeah, just absolutely out of nowhere. And all of a sudden, ByuN obviously takes a little bit of an advantage off of that. Now, Clem gets some instant warp-ins. ByuN may need to hold back, but that was a lot of the tech going down as well. So tons of units getting caught. My goodness, that is one hell of a way for this game is set up. Wow. I don't think I've ever seen Clem get hit by a nuke, actually. That might be a new experience for him. Yo, we just lost 2 observers, and now Tempest rallying into these Vikings as well. That's not pretty at all. When the storm comes down, a few Stalkers stepping forward. We're just going to be seeing the Archon morph in as well. The Tempest coming up. Storm coming into place, a couple of ghosts looking for potential EMPs. There's just the one High Templar in the front there, the rest are still held back. Man, the observers are just melting, all clumping together. I think Clem is a little bit panicked at the moment. Another storm toward the front there, the Tempest and the Stalkers continuing up. Viking Marine goes, +3 ship weapons coming through. Bio still trying to chase. As the ghosts available, try and get into that. Good EMPs going down, the Tempest taking hits. Liberator sieging up, the rest of the Bio pulls back one more time. I think ByuN's still got the edge in this fight. He's got Liberators that are not being touched, but that really comes down to him being able to deal with the Tempest, which, to be fair, the Tempest are surviving to some extent at least. And get underneath. 1 Tempest, 2 Tempest continue to go down. Just going to be having the Bio pulling back a little further. See the Stalkers and the Tempest trying to get through. Viking going down. Back over. Viking's going to shoot. Tempest going to take another shot or so. Got the single ghost coming forward. EMP goes down. EMP all over the place. Just going to see the storm dropping in 1 or 2 more times. ByuN trying to hold this position. All this action in the top right, too much going on here for the rest of the map to really be used at all just yet. The Tempest shot of 2, EMP on the High Templar. Storm will fall, we get forward again. The Vikings coming forward, still looking to get to this right now. See the rest of the Bio still pulling back. Couple of probes going down. Still just going to be seeing this army, though, has made its way through and is going to be able to get rid of this Nexus. And Clem's supply will struggle as this Nexus will drop a couple of Tempests moving through. Marines and Medivacs continue to come about as the Vikings are going to be there, still chasing down those couple of Tempests, going for a couple more kills. Bio stepping forward. A couple of cannons are going to get jumped on. The High Templar going to get jumped on. Clem just doesn't have a defense left over. At this point, ByuN just goes base to base, knocking things down. GG, ByuN takes game 1 of this best of 5 final and gets. They do drop a cheeky little feedback down, and now it's right there as well. I just didn't look at it. We have ourselves a couple of storms coming into play. He just steps into it with everything. Oh. How much supply was that? He's maxed to 152. ByuN tries to get onto this base. Oh my god, the nuke! 50 supply nuke is absolutely brutal. Goated clip. Hands! I lost track of it! And Clem walks into a nuke. He gets actually hit. Oh, that's funny. That's not funny if you're Clem, but funny that it happens because it doesn't happen a lot. And we got a nuke landing on the army in game 1. bottom right-hand side, we're going to have ourselves the red Protoss player. It is going to be Clem. He's down a game in this best of 5s. We play Torches for map 2 with the blue Terran. In the top right, getting the 1-0 lead, it is ByuN. Reminds you of Solo losing the Broodlords to the nuke. I mean, that was a bit more. That was even worse than that, though. He lost even more supply, I believe. Never see nukes anymore. I never see a nuke landing like that either. We'll cancel here, so we're gonna end up building the barracks. Did he accidentally build a depot or something? What did he just do? Oh, he's building an engineering bay. Hey, why was he building an engineering bay? Did Clem just accidentally build an engineering bay to start this game? What is going on? Okay, today's getting a bit wild. I'm gonna finish the barracks up. Yeah. Reaper starts and the timing is way off from usual because he built an engineering bay before the barracks. Oh my god, Clem with a disaster. Sorry, ByuN with a disaster start. That is not ideal as the Reaper is starting. Factory coming through. And the warp gate on the way as well. Yeah, guys, sorry, I said Clem instead of ByuN. Brain off. Yeah, I can only imagine that's a misclick. There's no reason you build an engineering bay in your corner and then cancel into the barracks. You know, one of those, I don't even look at the production tab because I just presume it's a freaking barracks, you know, and then I think ByuN did the same. The moment it starts finishing up, he's like, wait, that's an engineering bay. He's like, shoot, cancels, goes from there. I mean, hey, Clem might be thrown really off by this timing, if nothing else. You usually measure the position of the racks with the hologram of the eBay. Sometimes you press left click accidentally, so well, I mean, sure. Whatever it was, he's definitely not meant to build it. That much we can say for certain. Alright, well, Depth coming through. Looking to see what's going on as we just have the orbital coming up, starport coming over, and we get settled into this one as we have ourselves a few moments again going. Blink coming up, warp gate on the way, a couple of Marines in production as the tech lab comes through as well. So all of that coming online as the orbital command will drop onto the natural. And we will just see our adept trying to shade up this ramp and try and put some work in the bunker there to try and deal with a couple of things. As yeah, Hyperfly Road is going to be on the way from ByuN here. I really want to keep calling the Terran player Clem now for some reason. I mean, obviously Clem's usually a Terran. Apparently my brain's back in that Hero Clem series or something. Apologies, I'm probably misspeaking names a little bit, guys. But yeah, Hyperfly Road is on the way. Tank and a couple of Marines coming out as we speak, so getting all of that online. We have our blink about halfway done currently, and yeah, Robo Facility gates all coming through as well. Stalker gonna shoot, Reaper gonna fire. You're not gonna see the Stalker getting rid of the Reaper, as I just have a couple of barracks coming in. Blink on the way through, the assimilator coming up. Engineering bay coming about. Just going to see the siege tank coming in, as we are going to see the Stalkers going to blink onto this first bunker. This is going to be 4 gates of Stalkers from Clem. It's not the kind of thing you want to be playing against as ByuN when your opening build was delayed by your own misfortune. Not sure if the Hyperflight Row is going to help you here. He's going to turn with those Banshees. He's deciding just to go across the map with it. So he's going to head down that right side. And he's going to fly through a Nexus. So that's going to give you a bit of pre-warning here as Clem to play defense, as you're going to see two Stalkers in position. Again, these Banshees with the speed should be able to outposition those two Stalkers. At the same time, ByuN might not be paying much attention. He's got to play defense on the other side. Gets rid of a lot of Stalkers there. Banshees not going down, apparently. The Banshees just going to win this fight against the Stalkers. The recall will get the job done. So you kill, unfortunately, just a couple of Stalkers, and you don't get many probes, but then you do force a recall, so the Banshees do have some use. And considering it's 4-gate blink, I'd say that that's actually pretty okay for you here if you are Clem right now. Like, I feel like you're actually kind of okay with that. Sorry, if you're ByuN right now, god damn it, I cannot get Clem out of my mouth in terms of calling the Terran player Clem. Ay. Yes, no, so ByuN is probably okay with this. You force a recall, you force him back, yeah, your Banshees go down, but you're in a position now where Clem committed to aggression, didn't do enough with it, so, wasn't coming through. Stim in the +1 coming about, Marine tank coming over, the extra barracks on the way in. +1 Storm and the charge coming up as the Stalkers will sit there. A couple of SCVs mining their way through the gold mineral line over on this side. So we're just going to open that up. Again, a couple of gates still building as the probes and the battery coming through. Add a pylon on as well. And again, Marines, Medivacs, Stim and the backup raid coming online. The rest of these Marines joining up together also. Well, Clem obviously gets to settle here. ByuN will get some of his bio upgrades. Clem's going to get to Storm before we see anything else really kind of feisty happen, so you get to settle things down in that regard, if nothing else. As again, Stimpack and Combat Shield all building up. You got the +1 on the Storm coming through too. Once those upgrades are done, we're going to see some very different fights as ByuN starts to press down this right side. He's going to pull the boys. Okay, ByuN with the SCV pull. See how well this can do. Obviously, again, Storm SCV pulls can be kind of a bit hit and miss because Storm can deal with the SCVs without kind of wasting damage time. You know, Storm will get the SCVs and then the bio after. Tank Siege there is actually going to do well. Pops the barrier on the Immortal and actually going to see ByuN in a good position because Clem's going to be kind of pushed over the right a little bit. We do not quite grab those High Templar that are trailing in the back. Obviously, going to be needing Storm here. Clem is currently... a fight now would be good for Clem because he is not going to see Combat Shield from ByuN just yet. But very patient right now. There's a good Storm. Have to stop and do some healing with those Medivacs. They're going to be drained of energy very quickly and start to set up a bunker. Like I said, I don't think ByuN wants to go for the bigger fight until Combat Shield is done. Storm coming down. We're actually going to keep chasing forwards here. The High Templars going down now as the Siege Tanks have done their job as well. Good zoning, and ByuN going to run through. Those probes are going to have to pull off this position, and this Nexus is in trouble as ByuN is going to knock his way through the third. Now, that's going to knock you down to 2 bases each. But ByuN's obviously setting up further forward with even more Siege Tanks now, and will continue to try and push the issue and take advantage of a Clem who's obviously not got enough yet, otherwise he would not have been retreating away for this last little bit of time. Medivac's going to actually unload into the main base even and just jump straight across there. Giselle's going to come through, a couple Stalkers setting up, Storm onto the high ground. Going to catch a few of those Marines as well. The SCV's pulled back a second. And we do have a Immortal still coming up. The extra Marines in production. Just continue to bring this in. The Zealots are going to charge onto those tanks. Gun takes a moment to run back with the Marines, which I understand to some extent, but like I feel like he actually could have stopped and hit the Zealots already. Still up about 10 army supply. Is it enough? This robo facility powered by 2 pylons. The battery's going to go down before it actually gets fully used. The Marines on the high ground running past. We get rid of the High Templar, but I think the Immortals are going to be too tanky, and I think Clem is going to make a hold, as pulling all the way back and defending the natural was all he needed in the end, as ByuN had to keep going. That'll be GG. We tie it 1-1 in this BO5. In the top left-hand side, our red Protoss is going to be Team Liquid's Clem. Up against the blue Terran in the bottom left-hand side, it is Shopify Rebellion's ByuN. Partner coming down, a couple of barracks coming up. It's going to be seeing a couple of racks building through. So it's full on proxy mode from ByuN here, and it is just off the single gas, so now we're going to throw that on the tech lab though, so we are going to see some marauders from ByuN here in this one. So aggression setting through, and the probe is going to scout this immediately. Tech lab cancels, and the Reaper starts instead. Not ideal, as Clem gets the heads up. So basically, ByuN sees the lack of a Nexus, and he says, okay, if you don't have a Nexus already, instead of going for the Marauders, I'm going to go for the Reapers. It's actually a very smart thing that ByuN started doing when Proxy Marauders was very popular a month or two ago. But basically, you threaten the Proxy Marauder, and if one of the popular responses to Proxy Marauder was give up the low ground or not build the Nexus, if you do that and you just build Reapers, you can contain and control, and you don't have the full investment of the Marauders, and you can actually take a pretty good position from here. Going to be seeing the Charlie Council Nexus and the Wolf Gate continue to come up. Going to be seeing the factory coming through, SCV coming along, the barracks coming over as well. The Reapers gather, and obviously the barracks head home so they can get to business for the next stage of this. The Reaper's going to shoot, so they're going to take some damage. We do see the Stalker pulling back a second or two. Again, the Blink and the Warp Gate coming online. The gateway building through. Nexus is going to be done very shortly. As again, there's out and a couple of Stalkers will gather at the front. The barracks still building into play. There we get set up with that factory as well. Both barracks then retreating back to the bottom. A third command center coming straight down. So we are going to just play triple CC off the back of this. So trying to play a contain, trying to slow down Clem into your own just kind of major greed. And those Reapers step back. Siege tank on the way through. Blink is halfway, so we're going to be not far from potentially Stalkers on the map being able to be a bit aggressive. We're already 2 gateways. Robo done soon. It's not going to be a lot of Stalkers, but it's not like we've got a lot of Terran either right now. So ByuN definitely playing a little bit of a risky scenario here. See if he gets away with it or not. He is going to have siege tanks though, and I guess again with only 2 Stalkers warping in at a time, we're probably just going to be alright. Just feels so very scary as the Stalkers turn that Reaper force away at the front. Marine tank coming through, Stim on the way. Racks on the bunker coming along as we see the Reapers gathering together. Stim will build. Bunker done soon. Just having that orbital command coming online about halfway done. Charge will just begin. Again, the gateway and the observer coming about. The couple of Stalkers unloading. The Marines want to step over here. Tanker not in position to deal with the drop. So obviously has to relocate with that, and that's going to be an opening for Clem to get some damage done already at 4 SCV kills. Obviously with triple command center you can take a bit more damage here than you usually would be able to. Especially in a game where Clem is still yet to go to his own 3rd Nexus, so there is that benefit. There is that benefit, but it doesn't matter if you decide it doesn't matter. He's down 12 workers. Oh, I mean that's just giving up without. What's up, Dohi? Thank you so much for the 47-month resub. Do you assume he was about to get full gate? I think he just assumed, like, oh, I don't have the units to deal with this right now, and he's going to keep on just killing SCVs so I don't recover. And he's probably expecting more stalkers, and his tanks are unsieged. I think he just thought, like, it was about to get much worse than it was. Because, like, it was kind of a weird place, because, like I say, Clem didn't have a lot of gates. Clem's third had only just begun. I actually think ByuN... like I say, I don't think ByuN... I think ByuN's behind. But, I mean, maybe his third Nexus got seen or something? His third Command Center got seen because that was down on location? I'm not sure. Honestly, the game ended before I was expecting it to, so I didn't even really have much of a thought about it, but... yeah, I don't know. I think it just felt bad. It felt bad, the vibes were off, and so we go to game 4 with Clem now in the lead 2-1. Moment. Probe nibbling, SCV taking some damage. Cybercore and Nexus. Continue to come about. I'm just gonna see the Reaper coming by. Now we get ready to roll. Nice trick, he says. I was not looking. What did you do, guys? Someone update me. Completely missed it. I was reading YouTube chat, but then these guys are laughing at each other and having fun. Why is my stream being weird? I want to rewind. Alright, Twilight guns are coming through, that depth coming up. I'm trying to go back and rewind to see what's going on. What the hell happened that they laughed at each other? Can I get some info? I'm watching it. I'm going to inform you guys very shortly. Meanwhile, this Reaper pings around. Oh. Yeah, okay. So he, so what happened? Is that Reaper dead? That Reaper's dead, right? So what happened was that ByuN hid an SCV here, so that when Clem sees the SCV backed away from the barracks, he thought he was safe to come into the main base. And then the plan from the SCV was to come and wall the probe in with the depot. So ByuN pulled the SCV to build the depot, the probe tried to run away, and the probe got away, so the probe didn't get trapped. Clem didn't fall for it. And that's why ByuN laughs, and that's why Clem thinks it's a nice trick, because he basically hit the SCV in an attempt to wall the probe in. Okay, cool. Good talk, guys. Why could no one in the chat tell me that? You guys not watching either? Oh, yeah, unbelievable. Yeah, very, very minor. But, yeah, ByuN just trying a little bit of trickery to try and get the probe trapped, and Clem didn't fall for it in the end. Very close, though. Very, very close. Nobody said that? Oh, I stopped reading. You took so long to write it out. Yeah, you gotta type faster as well. Freaking Protoss APM. ByuN. That must have been the speed you were typing at, seriously. By the time, and then by the time it took me so long to look up. By the time I looked back, I actually have to scroll up to see what you said as well. Unbelievable. All right, we're gonna be at the front. Tank in position. Gate under fire. I feel like the casting has gone down the drain a little bit in this series, guys. I don't know what's happened at the end of today. It's been a little bit of a wacky couple of games. Ay. A Stalker. They're going to try and fight against the Siege Tank, and is going to get a kill right there. That's a great pick-off on the reinforcement wave. As you see the battery going to get recharged, so we're going to have a little bit more energy to play with. Viking landing. And you have, obviously, that gateway going to go down. We get one more warp in off. I mean, Clem's not in a rush, I feel like, because ByuN can't reinforce with those Stalkers there. Those Stalkers are stopping ByuN from reinforcing. So kind of keeping that back, keeping that from happening. Settle about, Viking tank coming through. Say it's just you can't get reinforcements across the map, so Clem is in no rush to clean this up. The Adept Shade to take some shots initially. Stalkers blink in. We're going to target the Prism. Ooh, I kind of like targeting the Prism because that's something you kind of have to rebuild if you then want to be aggressive on the counterattack. Whoa, those Stalkers, that was not a good blink. Whoa, I'm going to get so many Stalker kills, no? Considering this hadn't been reinforced for so long, that was an even trade for ByuN in the end. Usually you see those kind of go super in the Protoss favor. And yeah, I love the Prism target fire, because getting rid of the Prism means that you have to rebuild the Prism to truly be aggressive on the other side. Like, yes, the Stalkers can walk across, but you can't reinforce these Stalkers. You don't have that secondary kind of blink effect of like a, you know, being able to lift the Stalkers into the Prism and so on. So that doesn't exist either. I see the Stalker's just going to hit the bunker for a few moments. The Immortal coming through. Some damage being done. Impact combat shield +1/+1. That storm coming in. These Stalkers not going to get any further just yet. Again, killing so many of those Stalkers reduces the power of this counterattack heavily. And those upgrades still coming about. Just bringing ourselves into play. Storm finishing very soon, and another Zealot warping in as the High Templar joins with it. Armory, barracks, ransom debt building. All coming online as those 1/1 upgrades and that combat shield really continue along. Just for now, Marine's going to get a little scan. Observer goes down. Just at that right-hand side, Marine Marauder coming through. The Medivac setting up as well. Take a few moments there as the Stalkers step across, and again the Armory coming about, missile turret on the way. Just going to get a little bit of bio running in after that Stalker as well. Now the Viking going to be there to turn the Prism back the other direction. And Cluster Shells finishing very soon, extra Vikings coming up. Cluster Shells really is about to be done. Well, this army settles. The Clem push coming through the center, heading down toward the bottom side. The Prism splits across over to the right side, ready to dive in toward the main base. Here's the orbital command is going to get put into position. Gun relocates over in that direction, and we get a little bit of cleaning up being done. 2-2 upgrades still coming about. So stepping down, the Ghost Academy coming through. We just have the 2-2 upgrades on the way as well. And just have ourselves the +2, the Forge, the Nexus coming into play. Got a little scan off to pick off the Observer as well. The Vikings clearing that up easily. Clem still pushing down this right side. Up 2-1 in this best of 5. A win on this push. Wins him the series, wins him his 20th WardiTV Monday Cup. Orbital going to lift off, going to land down to our third base location. Hands out, High Templar, Immortal, gathering, and Clem ready to threaten the moment that ByuN takes that base onto position here. And Marine's just going to get rid of the Zealot for the moment. The couple of shots coming through. Here we go. Clem looks like he wants to dive. In we go. High Templar's ready to drop some storms. Ooh, that was not it, though. That was a... I don't think that storm would have been good when Storm was... before Storm got changed, to be honest. That Storm is a lot better. And most importantly here, we're going to walk our High Templar into the EMP, and they're leading the army. That's never the way. I don't think it's mattering Clem just has significantly more supply to win this game with, it seems. That was a messy fight from Clem. I was going to say, most importantly, stopping that third base from coming online. But yeah, he actually really messy fight in the end. Doesn't matter too much. Doesn't matter too badly. We are going to get cleaned up, and this is all going to get rounded out with Clem coming in favor in victory. I mean, ByuN down too many SCVs at this stage. Reinforcements are likely going to kill him. As we're going to do our best getting back into this natural, but again, just not really looking great in the grand scheme of things here. But more shots coming through as well. Stalker Immortal still fighting forward. And we are going to see Clem taking the 3-1 victory in this best of 5.